My name is Billy Tutko. I'm the owner and operator of T3. I am going to talk about a drill that I've kind of put together today from Modern Samurai and Achilles heel. So Modern Samurai talks a lot about getting on the dot when you're first drawing your gun and getting that dot on that target immediately, right? So that way you're not searching for the thing, and how you can train to get that dot on there. And what he talks about is pinky, prepping your trigger during your presentation, and then you can press that trigger. So it's your presentation. You're gonna present that gun. You're gonna make sure you get a good anchor on your dominant hand of that pinky, so that way you level that gun out and that dot's not high where you can't see it, right? And what it looks like is when I present my gun, right? I'm getting my hands together, I'm getting that pinky down so that levels that gun out, right? I'm prepping that trigger and I'm presenting that gun, so once I see that dot, I can let that shot break, okay? And when you think about it, you're presenting the gun, you're getting that pinky down, you're prepping that trigger, and then you're pressing that trigger. And it just is something you can say to yourself to get yourself on your dot very quickly and fast, and good presentation of that dot, so that way you can get on that target and make good shots very quickly. Our speed is very important when we're doing our shooting. We need to be fast and accurate. You got to have the both of them. If you only have one, you're no good. So I like to think about that, right? Present the gun, get that pinky down, prep that trigger, and then press that trigger once I'm on target and on my once I see my dot on my target, right? Now, Achilles heel has what he calls the 50-50 drill, which is loading, making ready, okay? And I mean, I can do it. So load, make ready, and then I'm gonna drop my magazine. So I've got one in the chamber. So you're going to present your gun, and when you get your dot, you're going to pull your trigger. It's gonna be a live fire because you got one in the chamber. Then your slide is gonna cycle, and then you get a dry fire. And it's to see what you're doing, what input you're putting into that gun when you do that second dry fire, okay? And you can see what you're doing to that gun, and you can practice not disturbing those sights when you get that second trigger pull. Now, one of the things that's very important for this is that second trigger pull can't be in 2 weeks, okay? Or like, a second or two. It needs to be within about half a second is what he suggests. And just me practicing it, I can tell you that I'm in agreement with that. I want to get that second shot broke fairly quickly. I want to let that gun cycle. I want to get back on that wall, and then I want to nice and easy take that slack out of that trigger and go ahead and break that shot, okay? So it'll look something like this, right? I'm nice and easy reholster. I'm just coming out, right? Presenting the gun, pinky, prepping that trigger, and pressing that trigger once I get on my dot. So shooter ready, and go. I'm just coming out, pinky, prep, press, okay? So I get the first live shot, and then I get the second dry fire, okay? Got a nice shot dead in the center. I'm gonna go ahead and load, make ready, stow that magazine again, and I like doing this for about a half a mag at the beginning of some of my shooting sessions, all right? It just helps me kind of get in the mindset and help get me going for my day of shooting or whatever it is that I'm doing, drills or whatnot. So I'm here, right? I'm just nice and easy gonna draw, same thing, right? Pinky, present, peps, right? I had a little bit of movement on that dry fire. Not a ton, but I saw it. I hadn't taken all that slack out of that trigger. So I had a little bit of a dip with that second press. We'll see how it looks on camera. I'm gonna do one more, right? Load, make ready, stow that mag. Nice and easy, reholster my gun, right? Shooter ready, and pinky prep press. And we get the two trigger presses. The first one is that live, the second one is the dry fire. That time I didn't really have any movement in that dry fire, But that is a good drill to start off with. Or if I find myself not able to get on my dot, I will do that drill a few times. I'll do my present, prepping the trigger, pinky, and then pressing the trigger once I get on that dot. But that really helps me to anchor that pinky to get on my dot and see my dot right away, and I'm not searching for my dot. That's my modification to the 50-50 and the modern samurai drill. So that way I put those two together. I feel like I get a little bit more training value out of that for myself. And it really helps me get on that dot and get on target. And then also it helps my follow-up shots because of that dry fire.